Messi or Ronaldo, two great football legends. But this time in the 2026 World Cup, who has a better chance of winning the championship? Stats, group analysis, and the possibility of these two legends facing off. All of this in this video. Stay with us. Messi or Ronaldo? A question we've all asked our friends at least once when we were kids. But this question isn't just a simple choice between two players. Sometimes it can even reveal the other person's character. What I mean is, Messi or Ronaldo isn't just a football topic. It's a deeper question. It's a way to discover someone's style, taste, and perspective on football and even on life. The 2026 World Cup might be the last time we see Messi and Ronaldo on the biggest stage in world football. The last chance, the last dream, and the final rivalry between two legends we grew up with. What makes this World Cup even more special is that, despite dominating world football for years, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have never faced each other in an official international match. Their only international encounters have been in friendly matches in 2011 and 2014. Now, the 2026 World Cup could be the first official international encounter between them, and perhaps the last time they share the stage. Let's get to a special scenario. A scenario that could make the 2026 World Cup historic. If both Argentina and Portugal finish at the top of their groups, according to the tournament bracket, these two teams could face each other in the quarterfinals, where Argentina is grouped with Algeria, Jordan, and Austria, and on the other side, Group K, Portugal is grouped with Colombia, Uzbekistan, and a team from the Intercontinental Playoffs. Now imagine the quarterfinals being the first official national team encounter between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo at the 2026 World Cup, and also their last appearance for their national teams. But before we judge the 2026 World Cup, let's take a look at the latest status of these two legends with their national teams. Cristiano Ronaldo has just won the UEFA Nations League with Portugal, a high-level official tournament where they defeated a young and informed Spain in the final. That was where Portugal showed they are still a competitive and ambitious team. On the other side, Lionel Messi has won the Copa America with Argentina. A team that now is no longer just reliant on Messi, but has a cohesive, experienced, and winning structure. These championships show us that both legends are still champions with their national teams, still influential, and still hungry for another great achievement. Now, to understand how realistic this dream scenario could be, we need to look at the groups, where Messi and Ronaldo's paths are currently separated, at least until the knockout stages. Group G, where Argentina is placed. At first glance, we can see that this group isn't the group of death, but it's not going to be an easy group either. Argentina has to play against Algeria, Jordan, and Austria. Algeria is a physical and combative team. Jordan can play the role of a closed defensive team, and Austria is Argentina's most tactically dangerous opponent. But the reality is that with their experience, championship pedigree, established lineup, and winning mentality, Argentina has a strong chance of topping this group. On the other side, there's Group K, where Portugal is placed. Portugal has to face Colombia, Uzbekistan, and a team from the Intercontinental Playoffs. Colombia is a more dangerous team individually, Uzbekistan is organized and hardworking, and the playoff team could be the most unpredictable factor in this group. Nevertheless, Portugal, with its squad depth and tournament experience, is still the favorite to top this group. There's also an interesting point about this group. Portugal has to play against Colombia, the same team that Argentina beat 1-0 in the Copa America final, meaning they only lost by a single goal, and Argentina became champions. This means Portugal will be facing a team that has already proven itself against the world and Copa America champions. Alright, let's take a look at the stats for the teams that are in the same group as Argentina and Portugal. First, we'll start with Group K, which is Portugal's group. Colombia, Portugal's tough opponent in the group stage. Colombia has qualified for the World Cup 6 times before the 2026 World Cup, with their best run being in 2018 with James Rodriguez. After missing the 2022 World Cup, Colombia is entering the 2026 World Cup with a new generation and fresh expectations. With new stars like Luis Diaz and Daniel Munoz, the team has taken shape and even looks stronger than the 2018 squad. Portugal's next opponent is Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan's story is completely different. They qualified for the World Cup for the first time. This is a team that had a close contest with Iran in the qualifiers and ultimately qualified for the World Cup as the second team after Iran. Uzbekistan's qualification shows that they want to prove that Uzbek football has progressed and that their position in Asian and world football is changing. Portugal's next opponent will also come from the Intercontinental Playoff, which has not yet been determined. In Argentina's group, let's talk about a team that always has something to say and gives big teams a hard time: Austria. Austria's performance in the last Euro, where they topped a group that included the Netherlands and France, was a serious statement to the football world. Everyone definitely knew that with this new pressing style Austria has, they could easily qualify for the World Cup. Austria's only weakness could be the lack of a reliable goalkeeper. Austria's last appearance at the World Cup was in 1998, and they reached the World Cup competition after many years. Algeria. The explanation for why Algeria failed to qualify for the 2018 World Cup, then won the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, and how they still failed to qualify for the 2022 World Cup seems really strange. In any case, with all their efforts, they are present at the 2026 World Cup and have managed to qualify for the World Cup for the 5th time. Jordan is another newcomer team to the World Cup. By reaching the final of the Asian Cup and of course losing to Qatar, Jordan was one of the surprises of that tournament. Jordan doesn't have many well-known players, but the quality of some of their players, like Moussa Al-Tamari, who plays for Rennes in France, seems quite good. Both legends have a tough rival in their group that could make things difficult for them: Argentina with Austria and Portugal with Colombia. Nevertheless, most football experts believe that these two teams will advance to the next round as the leaders of their groups. That is precisely why we carefully considered that if both competing teams finish first in their respective groups and also successfully win all of their subsequent knockout stage matches, they will inevitably face each other in the highly anticipated quarterfinals. If other scenarios happen, like finishing second in the group or similar situations, this scenario changes, and it's even possible that if they're eliminated in the knockout stage, they might not get to play against each other. But still, all of us are looking forward to seeing these two football legends face off. But the World Cup isn't won by just one person. To become champions, Messi and Ronaldo need a team. Now let's see which stars are standing behind these two legends. Of course, the final team rosters are announced before the World Cup. But based on the latest matches of both teams, for Argentina, Angel Di Maria, who was in his golden era at Real Madrid. Di Maria even shone brightly in the 2022 World Cup. Julian Alvarez, a striker who has been performing very well these days, both for his club and in international matches. Alejandro Garnacho, a striker who, after leaving Manchester United and moving to Chelsea, has been getting more attention and performing better. Lautaro Martinez, a striker who is currently playing well at Inter Milan, which is one of the top teams in Italy's Serie A. Enzo Fernandez, who is shining at Chelsea and is truly a great midfielder. McAllister, who played a very key role in Liverpool's championship last season and is currently one of the most in-form midfielders. Emiliano Martinez, a star who is truly a masterpiece in international matches. Now let's move on to the Portuguese players. Pedro Neto, who proved in the Club World Cup and even in the UEFA Nations League that he is truly a reliable player and can be very influential. Rafael Leão, the fast and skillful Portuguese player. Vitinha, one of the best midfielders in world football right now, who, along with Paris Saint-Germain, has swept all the trophies. João Neves, who has also performed exceptionally well alongside Vitinha at Paris. Bruno Fernandes, the leader of Manchester United, and a high-level, drama-free player in today's European football. Nuno Mendes in the UEFA Nations League matches as well as in the UEFA Champions League. Nuno Mendes truly shined, and the last player, Ruben Dias, who has proven to be a truly reliable defender. Now that we've put everything together, the groups, the stars, the possible paths, and the current state of the teams, we realize that this discussion isn't just about whether Messi is better or Ronaldo. This is about the end of an era. Two players who have defined world football for more than 15 years might be seen for the last time on the biggest stage in the world. We might never truly know which one of them was actually better. But what's certain is that we were lucky to witness both of them at the same time. The 2026 World Cup might not just be another tournament, it could be the final chapter in the story of Messi and Ronaldo. One cup, one opportunity, and perhaps a historic farewell. Now I want to know your opinion. If only one of these two could make it to the final stages of the World Cup, who would you choose? Messi or Ronaldo? Write your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy this kind of analysis and storytelling, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Because as the World Cup gets closer, we're going to have even more awesome videos. Goodbye and take care.